How are you, Kat?
I'm doing great. I love it here.
You look fantastic, very much like Jessica Rabbit.
Well, thank you. That's the look I'm going for.
I guess that as much. Now, are you performing tonight?
I'm one of the Golden Pasty girls. I'm going to be presenting awards to the performers who won the Golden Pasties.
Nice, but you are a performer.
Yes. I'm the gal with 9 lives and 1,000 disguises, and this is one of them. Usually I do Marilyn Monroe.
So hang on, does this mean that you can be a redhead, a brunette, a blonde, whenever you want?
I can also be a man or an animal, or an alien, or a machine. Pretty much anything you ask me, I can do it.
You're like the perfect woman. You'll be anyone that someone wants you to be.
I think Gothic Hangman would vouch for that, somewhere around here.
How long have you been in the burlesque industry, if you don't mind me asking?
Before I had kids, I was doing something akin to burlesque. I was doing drag, and Marilyn was one of my characters. And then I revived it recently, like the last 4 or 5 years I've been doing burlesque.
And you have a 21-year-old, which is very hard to believe. Is there anything you'd like to tell our European audience about yourself?
Oh, hey, I'd love to go to Europe. Book me.
You heard it here, guys. She needs you to book her. Hi, Hazel Honeysuckle.
Up here, please.
Sorry,
Up here. Hi.
sorry. The boobs kind of distracted me.
That's understandable.
Hey!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Looking very boobalicious.
Why, thank you so much.
Are you performing tonight?
They're very happy to be here.
Hello. I love it. Well,
I'm not performing tonight. I'm nominated for a couple of the pasties. Just here to have a good time.
fabulous. Now, do you only perform on the New York circuit, or are you worldwide?
I am mostly a New York performer. I do shows in Atlantic City weekly, and recently I performed in the New Orleans Burlesque Festival. I've done a little bit more traveling, but yeah, mostly New York.
Why just New York?
Well, you know, I'm starting a base before I take over the world.
How long have you been in burlesque?
About 3.5 years.
I think it's about time the world saw you.
Yes, I think so.
What is your most favorite routine that you do?
I have a routine where I dress up as Cookie Monster, but it's like a sexy, classy Cookie Monster with googly eyes and a cookie jar. It's this great blues song about cookies. So.
Can you do the Cookie Monster accent? What he says?
Oh, I don't do that.
Me love cookie, nom nom nom.
Me love cookies.
If you were a superhero, which superhero would you be? You can make one up.
Super boobs.
What would be your power?
Boobs.
You're amazing. I love it.
And flying. That's a good one, right?
You're a real handful, aren't you?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Miss Honeysuckle.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Calamity Chain.
Hi.
You're like a tiny little pocket-sized rocket, aren't you? You're like this little thing that's just so glamorous and cute and like, ah!
I'm like a little Pokemon. No, you're really tiny too. Look at you. You're like little bitty, this big.
Calamity, tell me, are you performing tonight?
I am not. I already performed. I performed on Thursday night.
What was your number?
Well, my number was the number that I call Chinese flamenco. It draws upon my heritage as a Chinese American and also from my background growing up in South America. So I'm heavily influenced with Latin culture. So I do an act that's using Spanish music, a lot of guitars, and I have a traditional Chinese. You have to see it. You have to see it. I can't describe it.
I told you, pocket size dynamite. She's tiny and like, whoa. You don't just perform in New York, you perform all over. Please tell our audience.
Well, I produce a lot of shows in New York as well. I have 2 weekly shows and 3 monthly shows, but blah, 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 blah. That's like really boring. But I do travel a lot. I perform a lot in Philadelphia and Boston and my hometown in Dallas, Texas. I love working with the Ruby Review girls. They're fantastic. And, wherever, I love performing and traveling. That's really it. Oh, and Toronto, I go there a lot too.
You don't have a very southern accent.
I don't. That's because English is actually my third language.
What?
I know, yes, because, so Mandarin Chinese is my first, because I was born in Taiwan, but then we moved to Bolivia for 3 years, so I spoke Spanish, then I learned English. So that kind of gave me, but when I'm really angry, you'll hear the slight southern twang come out. So, but you don't want to see that.
No, because I believe you explode when you explode, right?
Well, I've been working on my temper. I'm getting older and more mature.
No, there's nothing wrong with having a temper. You're tiny, you're allowed.
I think the smaller you are, the worse your temper is. You probably can relate to that.
Yeah, it's because we don't have enough height. People put their armpits in our faces on the train.
It's true.
It's so not fair.
And I'm just like, I actually just do this. Like, if they're going to stick their armpits in my face, I'm going to make them know that they're an annoyance to me.
No, but you should do what I do. Just like, I'm sorry. Just push them. They'll never know.
Hand them like some antiperspirant.
Yeah, you could try that, but
Take this.
imagine New York. You might get punched by the wrong person.
I'll punch them right back, baby. That's right. I actually was just in Paris in April, and I performed at Louis DeVille's show, Pretty Propaganda. But I don't foresee going to Europe anytime soon before the end of this year, just because it's so expensive for us to fly there, because the dollar is so weak. It sucks, but I would love to. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful experience to be able to travel to Europe and perform. So,
Well, I love it because you're tiny and you're absolutely lovely.
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Tonight, guys. Hi.